Okay, so I am here. Rod Sala from Parkwood Motors has thankfully answered my request to have a little in-person interview with him right now. And here he is. Thanks, Rod.
Hi, guys. How are we all doing in these somewhat difficult times, but certainly very surreal, isn't it? But hey, you know, we soldier on, we do what we have to do, and here we are. And before we get into anything, I just want to pass on my best wishes to everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. And the only way to get through this is do what you have to do. But, keep yourself entertained, stay well, do fun things. And then hopefully in a few months, we'll all look back and have a few giggles and stories to talk about this. But we're well here.
Well, that's what I was hoping to grab you for. I thought a bit more face contact is probably needed right now, particularly in our industry. Just actually seeing how people are getting on, seeing inside, getting inside Parkwood Motors would be a nice start.
Sure. Well, right now I'm sitting in our museum space. Right now I happen to be sitting inside a 1972 Corniche convertible. I'll just do a little bit of a swing around the camera. I'll keep it slow so we don't get you all dizzy.
It's pretty shiny in there.
It is. And you know what? From our perspective, we've tried to sort of maintain a bit of a business as usual attitude. I mean, obviously in full, observance of all the requirements, which I think are very important, but let's not talk about that. Illinois is in complete lockdown. We are technically open because we're considered an essential business, and that might be questionable, but I'm sure those people that know Illinois and Chicago, those living in the multi-million-dollar houses in North Shore would surely think that having their Rolls-Royce running is an essential service. But anyway, without trying to do the drum about, observing all the cleanliness and thing, we definitely are. I'm being very, very clear and sure about that. And I'm not just saying it, it's just, I'm personally in an age bracket. I need to be very careful of that. But no, everybody is here. There we go. Everybody is here. And in our case, we're very fortunate because we have a lot of projects that have been on the go for a while. And so we keep working on those. In a moment, perhaps I can walk around and point out some of these projects. We have obviously new projects. No one's rushing out to bring their cars in. However, having said that, it's only really the first week of the shutdown, and there's a bit of as I started off, it's a little surreal, and people might have been a little bit shocked by it, but after a while, it becomes the new norm. And when the new norm is about, as humans, we start to relax a bit and we get on with things. I'm going to turn the camera around so you don't have to look at my ugly face. So this is our showroom at the moment, and pretty much these are all cars that have been... Well, they're ready for sale. They range from anything from fully restored cars to entirely original cars. And I'm not going to go through a blow-by-blow of each car, but you can just generally get an idea of what's going on. It's what we do is very much dominated by the Silver Shadow and Silver Shadow era cars, so obviously including Corniches and what have you. As I say, I'm not going to bore you all with a blow-by-blow description other than what you see here, and I'm sure you will agree, they're all very pretty and very beautiful cars. Late model Seraph, late model in relation to Rolls-Royce, I should say. Beautiful Cloud 2, long wheelbase with division, and obviously what I might say the cream of the crop is this 1927 Piccadilly Springfield.
Wow, what a view, huh?
Yeah. I have a friend that's getting married soon, and his wife-to-be decided that this is the car she wants. So we'll throw it in the jump seat there. And You can
Let's
always
bring a
you
tiny
can
dress.
always close it with her in there if he changes his mind. So what I'll do, I'll turn back on me.
Sure.
I'll wander off now into the workshop. Everyone's there. None of this has been pre-scripted. All the guys are going to be working away and perhaps having lunch. We're in Crystal Lake, which is a northwestern suburb of Illinois. About
This is where
50.
the brains of the operation lives, is it?
Yeah, this is where I live. Look at my nice and tidy desk. But other than that, that's where I hang out. So, have I still got you? We're
You
still
have
on.
still got me. We're still here. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's just run through a little bit of the sort of things that are going on first. Let me do a little zoom of the workshop. So you can sort of see what sort of things are going on. Yes, there's a Mercedes in there. It doesn't belong. It's a bit like that song. Three of these
Desperate
things.
times, Rod.
One of these things just doesn't belong. Okay, so let's just run through randomly some of the cars we've got. I have to turn the phone around, so hopefully you have to tell me that we have. No, it's a different thing, so it doesn't work. So looking straight at us, hopefully I've got this in the frame correctly. This is a 75 Corniche coupe.
Mm-hmm.
It's undergoing a complete restoration. It's had a whole engine rebuild, completely repainted, a new top, new interior, new wood, new everything. And you stop me if you want, Annika, because I'm just sort of going to run through things at random. This is a 1926 20 horsepower that we bought and sold to a client in Germany. It had sat stored for many years, so it was seized, but we got all that going. A gorgeous 63, someone's probably going to pick me up as being wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a 63 Cloud 3 long wheelbase without division. So a fairly rare car, gorgeous example. Larch over Brewster, I think it is. And I do apologize as I walk around if you see any mess, but that's the state we're in. Pre-war Wraith that we're doing a bit of body work for. It's not a great car, but it's a survivor, and we're making a look the part. Very interesting, unique 1949, I think it is. Bentley Empress. Interesting car owned by a very interesting chap who is a very large and elderly man, and he has difficulty driving this car. So we actually fitted electric power steering, and it's totally invisible to the eye.
Wow.
Very, very clever little job there. In fact, what's cool about it is it actually comes with a GPS unit. So what it does, like modern power steering, as you increase speed, the GPS unit knows that you're going faster, so it reduces power steering. So you actually have a true variable ratio power steering depending on your speed. So I think that's pretty clever.
And Rod, what's the normal kind of, how long would a car normally be with you on average when you're doing the restoration?
It really depends. Like, here's an example. I don't want to shut the hood. This is a 67 Silver Shadow James Young. And for those who know these cars, these are extremely rare. And we did a complete external and mechanical restoration to it. And now she's an absolute darling. This took us a good 6 to 8 months to do. So it will depend. I mean, obviously smaller stuff, we can turn general service stuff like anyone else, we turn it around fairly quickly. But detailed jobs or complicated jobs take a while. Generally, a full restore, like is probably what you were suggesting, how long on something like this Corniche. You're talking about a year by the time we get through everything.
And do you do many of those complete restore?
Oh, absolutely. Well, as I say, I probably should have pointed out those in the showroom, but there's at least 3 cars in the showroom that are complete restores.
Wow.
Here's a 62, I think it is, Phantom 5, James Young, which we're tidying up for a client. Got a fair bit to do, yet to go. Shadow 2, poor old Shadows look humdrum amongst all these other cars, but equally important cars. This, by the way, now I wonder if this is in the frame properly.
It is, yeah. Just a little bit more to the right. There you go.
This is an absolutely amazing motor car. This is literally, and I mean literally, the last SZ off the production line. This is a 1999 Parkwood touring limousine, and one of only two ever made in a Bentley format. So this has the unique name of being a Bentley Silver Spur.
Okay.
And this, great history to this car, owned by, originally built and owned by Gloria Vanderbilt.
Uh-huh.
At a cost of $400,000 whopping dollars in 1999. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous car, purchased by one of our clients. One strange thing, and this is the pre-plug to intro car, the steering, the windshield had some very tiny, like, I call it sandblasting, but you know, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But little tiny pits, and my customer, the owner of the car, is very fussy. So the pre-plugged intro car, I ordered a brand new windshield from Intro Car on Monday. It was packed and shipped, and at a very reasonable price for shipping, and it arrived here in Illinois this morning. So fantastic. How's that?
Well, that makes me happy, obviously.
No, it's true. I honestly thought if you saw the size of the parcel, I would have thought, okay, this is going to get caught up, take a while. And of course, being glass, I'm worried about it breaking. This is normally what you have on the windshield of a Rolls-Royce. Am I back?
You're back, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Rod.
What was your question? How
long have you been in the industry? Tell us about your background.
Oh, goodness. I'll just walk around as I talk, but so you don't have to look at my ugly face. My whole history with Rolls-Royce was that I fell in love with these cars as a young boy, as a child. And I was 9 years of age, and just that's where the passion started. So as soon as I got to an adult age and when I could afford it, I bought my first Rolls-Royce. And long story short, I was in a fortunate position to be able to do so at the ripe old age of about 21. So, and then from that time, I've always had Rolls-Royces. In more fortunate financial times back in Australia, which is where I'm from, at one crazy time, I had 49 Rolls-Royces in my private collection. So that sort of put me somewhere between a collector and a lunatic. And so, but my knowledge all grew from that.
Out of interest, were you ordering your parts from Intro Car back then? Or are we relatively new for you?
I think you were still in nappies, to be honest. Oh, diapers for the American viewers. So
now, as they call them, face masks.
What do they call them?
They're calling them face masks now. It's the new way.
Oh, yeah, of course, yes. Here's my shop foreman, James Napolitano, who's shutting down a pizza right now.
Hello.
This is Annika. This is James. Annika is one of the owners of Intro Car. And this is another lunch being consumed by courtesy of Hungry Jack's, or Burger King, I should say.
Well, listen, we better wrap up because, because people might need to get on with their work.
Yeah, let me just show you really quickly what's going on in here. I hope we don't lose Wi-Fi reception.
Yeah, you're back. Okay. Whatever was in that room, I didn't get to see it.
So this is our body shop paint area. This is a Mark 6 that we are restoring, just painted. Here is a 70 long wheelbase Shadow, very original car, just unfortunately need of repaint, but original in the sense that interior perfect, straight, everything else. This is my fantastic woodworker Alan. He's working on the wood. This is out of that Cloud 3 I showed you outside. Very, very proud of our woodwork, and Alan is just the absolute champion of this. So this is all getting ready to go back in the Cloud 3. Look at that. A pre-wall wraith that we're doing a full repaint restore. There's more of that wood. This is the lovely Ashley, and this is a 76 Camargue that's being completely restored. So yeah, there you have it.